All right, welcome to today's Tanya Shiur. Today is Tes, the 10th of Eir, and we are holding in middle of chapter 46, Parak Mem Vav. Now, yesterday was a very, very beautiful Tanya. If you didn't hear it in the Shiur, and you wanted to hear it in the Shiur, which you unfortunately missed, we have it on YouTube. The Shiur yesterday we spoke about how another type of love a person can arouse within himself, to awake within himself, is by saying, wait a second, Hashem cares so much about me. Hashem, which is such a high person, not a person, a high thing, a high being, came all the way down and lifted me up, and therefore I should love him. So that we're going to mention today. But yesterday we gave the mashal. The mashal was of a king who is a very, very respected king and has many, many guards and servants, and he walks out of his palace with his whole entourage, and he goes down to this low person in the slums, and he's full of garbage, and he has dirty, ripped clothing, and he lifts him up, and he brings him to his palace, and he brings him into the rooms that only the king can go into, and he gives him a hug, and he gives him a kiss, and he embraces him there, and he shows him love. Automatically, what's going to happen is, even though this person could have been never even knew the king before, he's just a random, let's say, a homeless person, or a person who's addicted to drugs, and he was dirty, and he never took care of himself, so he didn't even know the king. But now that the king shows him all that love, automatically he's going to reflect and, what's the word? I forgot the word. But basically reflect that love back to the king and show him a great amount of love and care. So now we're going to say the same thing is with Hashem coming down to us and giving us our neshama and lifting us up. All the more so with all these great things that the king did for this homeless person, Hashem did for us at a much, much greater level. Now we're going to explain how great Hashem is, or we're going to try to at least. Because to Hashem's greatness there is no understanding. And Hashem fills all the worlds. And He is higher than the worlds. Right? So He fills them and He's higher than them. We know there are so many different heichalos, so many different chambers and rooms and worlds that there's no amount to them, there's no number. And within every room and heichal, so the rooms and the heichalis are there's a great amount of them, and within every room, within every heichal, there is riboy revavis malachim lein keitus achis. There is great amounts, an abundance of angels, right? There's no end to them. And like it says in the Gemara, it says, Hayesh misbar legedudav, is there a number to his angels? And it also says, Alef alafin yeshamshuni v'ribuy rivavin kadmuhi. There are thousands upon thousands that serve me and are before me. So the question is, in one place we say, is there a number to his armies, his angels? And then we say, there are thousands upon thousands. So on one hand we're saying there is a number, there's thousands upon thousands, which is a big number, but there is a number. And then we say that there's no number, right? Is there a number that you can say for Hashem's angels? So which one is it? So what do we answer? So when we gave the number of thousands upon thousands, that's how many angels He has in like one, you can call it, it says here regiment, but I would assume that refers to like, when you go out to war, you have different, I forgot, like when they're marching together, different like troops, right? So you could say He has the when it says thousands upon thousands, that's how many angels or soldiers He has in one troop. But the amount of troops He has is unlimited. Therefore, it's not a contradiction. These two psukim. Everything is considered nothing before Hashem. They are bottle, right? They're considered nullified before Hashem. They're not even existent almost. Not almost, but they actually are not existent. So we explained in the earlier prakim, it's a very basic concept in Chassidus, that we'll say it over in short now, I'll try to at least, that when I speak to you right now and I tell you the word, let's say apple, right? So the energy it took to say the word apple is so, not the energy, sorry, the word apple, right? The fact that I used one word compared to the ability that I have to speak, right? The ability I have to speak is pretty much unlimited. Obviously, there is a limit to it, but it's pretty much unlimited because I can just keep speaking for forever, pretty much, right? And I'm only saying one word. I'm saying the word apple. So that word is so like, it's compared to nothing, it's considered nothing, it's considered nothing compared to the ability that I have to speak an unlimited amount of words. and even more so to the source of those words, where they really come from, which is my seichel, right? The amount, how many words could you think of? You could think of billions, trillions, Googles, whatever you want to call it, right? There's no amount you could think of, right? So that's all by human being. And could you imagine Hashem, when he says one word, when he utters one word, that's completely batal to him, because the amount of words he can say, which their source is his seichel, which is much higher and so much more infinite than our seichel. So, and how are we created? With Hashem's word, right? Basar mamars nivra'ilam. So our world, ourself, our friends, our belongings, everything is so batal compared to Hashem, right? V'kulam sheilim ayim ekayim. All the angels, they ask, where is Hashem's holiness? Where is it? His respect. Where is His holiness? V'ayim, and what do they answer? Malechol la'aretz kavaydi, Hey Mishral Amay. And the whole entire world is filled with His holiness, right? So you ask someone asks you tell someone, by the way, you don't believe in God? And what do you mean? God is, you have to believe in God. So the guy tells you, what do you mean? Tell me, where is God? So you say, I have a better question for you. Where isn't God, right? God is everywhere. Hashem fills the entire world. Hashem is the one who made the higher worlds and the lower worlds. He made everything. But nevertheless, Hashem did not choose the high worlds. He didn't choose the low world. He chose the lowest of the low. He chose us. The Jewish people, His nation, human beings that are physical, corporeal beings. They took us out of Mitzrayim. Ervas art. It was literally means the nakedness of the land. People did very disgusting things there. It was a very, very bad place. The Eden were on the 49 gates of Tumah. It was the lowest level possible before being done at the gate of number 50, right? Mokim Azuma Vatuma, which is the place of the Zuma, the grime, the disgust, the dirt, the lowest place a person can be in the Eras Mitzrayim. And nonetheless, Hashem took him out. And Hashem didn't send the Malach on horseback and say, go redeem the Jews for me. What did He do? Right? Hashem Himself came down to Egypt, to Mitzrayim, and took the Jews out. Like it says, what does V'ered mean with the aleph? That infers, V'ered, right? I went down, Hashem Himself went down to redeem the Jews. Just like the king himself, in the mashal we gave yesterday, he didn't send a soldier to go get the poor person, the homeless guy. He himself went down and he brought him up. And why did he do it? The reason why Hashem took us out of Egypt was to make us close to Him, to connect our soul to Hashem's soul. Such a deep connection. It's like the connection of a kiss, a mouth to mouth, right? A very, very deep connection. So this kiss of mouth to mouth really refers to Hashem's mouth, which is the Torah He said, and our mouth, which is the Torah we're learning. Right? So our mouth of our Torah is kissing Hashem's mouth through learning Hashem's Torah. A very, very deep connection. Now this kissing of mouth to mouth is really only an external expression, right? Because you can't really... When my soul connects to your soul, there's no real expression that's happening. You don't see two love hearts connecting to each other, right? It doesn't happen. So how does it come out in actuality? The mouth to mouth will kiss. So our mouth with Hashem's mouth is kissing. But really, what is it referring to? The istap rucha brucha, the dveikus, the connection, right? Davak means to connect of one soul to the next soul. Our soul to Hashem's soul through learning Torah and understanding His chachma, His geniosity, and His Torah and His ratzon and His will. The kula chad mamish. Everything by Hashem is considered one. His chachma, His Torah, the yidden, the gam b'chinas chibuk, and also this is actually an interesting part I find interesting. He's also considered, it's a level of hugging us. So not only kissing, but also hugging. What does that mean? When a person hugs someone, right, what does he have? He has, we'll explain that in a minute. Right, so when a person hugs, it's a little more physical than connecting the spirit. That is what? Doing a mitzvah, which is the hands, the legs, the head, the stomach, right? You eating, whatever it may be. All these things refers to the physical part of us. So the Ramach Pikudin and Ramach Evar and the Malka, the 248 mitzvahs asay, which we're meant to do, Hashem commanded us. Through doing those 248, it connects to our 248 limbs of our body, and that connects them to Hashem's 248 limbs. So we connect our physicality to Hashem, our guf. Here's the interesting part. So there's three parts. When a person does a mitzvah, or his body, there's really three parts of him. There's the right side of him, there's the left side of him, and there's the middle side of him, which is his actual body. So the right side is his right hand, left side is his left hand, and the middle is his body. So we're saying, what do those represent? The right, left, and middle, the arm, and the body. That represents the chesed, which is to the right, the gvura, the strength, which is to the left, and the rachamim, which is an infusion of both of them, right? Our arms flow into our body, and they make a connection between both arms. That's rachamim, which is having mercy and pity, which is basically a mixture of gvura and chesed, both of them together. Drain the gufa, all right? We said there is two arms and there is a body, and that represents the great connection and love and compassion that Hashem showed for us. He came down to us while we were in Mitzrayim, and He took us out and redeemed us. Not a malach, this is the summary. Not a malach, not an angel, not a messenger. It came who? Hashem Himself. He took us out of the dumps, the Mitzrayim, the lowest place, and He came us and He gave us a hug, a kiss. He gave us His mitzvahs, His Torah. And through that, we connected our soul to Hashem's soul, our guf to Hashem's soul, to Hashem's Torah, to Hashem's Kedusha, to Hashem's mitzvahs. We have the right side, the left side, and the guf, which represent Chesed, Gvura, and Rachamim. And that concludes today's Tanya Shiur. Thank you for joining.